They're all a little bit different, but honestly, I usually go for the Coco Loco. That one's really, really good. Whatever you're feeling right now.
I'm gonna try the Coco Loco since this is the one that you mentioned. So, oh yeah, that is awesome. Beautiful tequila flavor. I love that coconut too. Hey, what's up? It's Luis with America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country coast to coast to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. And today we're in Mesilla, New Mexico, at a restaurant called La Posta De Mesilla. So this building right here has been around since 1939. I want you to sink that in. This is 80 plus years they've been here. It's absolutely amazing. And from what I understand, they have great food inside because it's a mix of New Mexico plus Mexican food, and they focus on the red and green chili. So I can't wait to go inside. So why don't you come with me? Let's go check this out. Okay, everybody, one of the main things that this restaurant is known for is this absolutely gorgeous bar. From what I understand, you guys make a margarita flight, yes?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and let me introduce, this is Sarah.
Hi.
So Sarah, thank you so much. So let's get started.
All right, great. All right, so this over here is gonna be our glassware for our margarita flight. Okay. All right, so the first one that I'm gonna be making is gonna be our Patrona. It's really, really famous. It's made with our Barrel Select tequila that is specifically made for La Posta by Patron. Wow. Okay, and we always use fresh lime juice for all of our margaritas. All right, it makes all the difference. Okay, it's gonna go with a salt rim in this little martini glass. There we go. So that is gonna be your Patrona margarita. Okay. All right, so the second one I'm gonna be making for you is gonna be our Coco Loco. This is really, really popular. It's really tropical.
And about how many different combinations of tequilas do you guys have here for margaritas?
So for the margaritas specifically, yeah. I mean, we have all of the selection that you can use for any of your margaritas if you'd like to.
So you can pretty much make whatever you want here.
Literally anything.
Okay.
All right, and then so we have the 1800 coconut tequila is what I'm using in this one. A little bit of agave, okay? Again, fresh lime juice, and then a splash of pineapple juice.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna rim it with our local fresh honey. We get it from, we source it from a farm nearby.
Oh, really?
Bees. Yeah, Bees Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, the fresh toasted coconut.
Oh, that looks so good. So the flight comes with 4 margaritas, yes?
Yeah, 4 different ones, okay? So I'm gonna let Andrea finish the other 2 for you all.
Andrea, right?
Yes.
All righty, fantastic. So you're gonna make the other 2 margaritas, right?
I am.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so the chili-rita is gonna be a blackberry habanero margarita. So it's a little bit sweet in the beginning, has a little bit of a kick at the end. We're gonna hit it with the fresh lime juice here. Some of that besito caliente.
Ooh, okay, so for people who don't know, what is besito caliente? I know what it means in Spanish, right?
Yes.
What is it, alcohol-wise?
For the people that don't know, besito caliente is hot kiss in Spanish. And it's just a syrup that we use, which is gonna have the flavoring for this specific margarita. And it'll have that blackberry and habanero flavor.
Nice.
And it has this beautiful rich color here.
Oh, yeah. Kind of looks a little bit like a Bloody Mary, but a little bit more purple. That's
just
interesting.
A little bit, yeah. And the fourth one that we're gonna be making here is our blood orange silver coin. So it is a blood orange margarita. And on this margarita, we use our Herradura Select. So this tequila is also made for La Posta specifically. We have our barrels all over the restaurant if you guys get to see them throughout the video.
Absolutely.
They are beautiful. And we're just gonna hit it with a little bit of agave because the blood orange can be a little bit tart.
Okay.
And this one's also gonna have a beautiful, rich blood orange color on here.
Okay, this is a beautiful bottle of Patron. So they actually get to choose the barrels that these come from. These are exclusive for this restaurant. So they got the Patron and they got the Herradura right here.
And so here we have our margarita flight. I'm gonna put it right in front of you. Excuse me, reach.
Oh, wow, that looks absolutely gorgeous.
All right.
Okay, so where should I start?
They're all a little bit different, but honestly, I usually go for the Coco Loco. That one's really, really good.
Okay.
Start with some sweetness, and then there's a little bit of spicy, some tartness there. So whatever you're feeling right now.
I'm gonna try the Coco Loco since this is the one that you mentioned. So, oh yeah, that is awesome. Beautiful tequila flavor. I love that coconut too.
Oh yeah.
And just the fresh juice. Oh my God. That is super great, yeah. So refreshing. Okay, so which one should I go for next?
I definitely go for the chili Rita.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a little sweet, a little spicy aftertaste. The besito caliente on that one goes a really long way.
It does.
It's very, very like potent. So the more syrup you add, the spicier it can be.
It kind of coats your mouth. It wakes you up, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Little
This
bite.
is really good. Okay, so what's next? Which one?
Y la patrona. So
This
we'll
one?
go ahead and do this one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll level out your palate.
I appreciate that you're looking out for my safety.
Absolutely. I care about your taste buds. That's my job.
That is really good. A little bit tart. This is really good.
A lot of people like it. It really just, you can taste the boldness of the actual tequila.
And then what was this one called again?
The blood orange silver coin made with our select silver coin tequila.
These are all very, very different. My favorite one though, this
Coco
one, the
Loco.
first one.
Yes.
This is awesome. It's just so refreshing. I feel like this is the tequila version of pina colada, kind of.
Yeah, that's a really good way to compare it.
This is fantastic.
Definitely.
Well, I really, really appreciate it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go run and eat because now I'm hungry. Okay?
All right, enjoy your meal. Take the fight with you.
Okay, let me do it. All right, everybody. So we are here, got these two giant margaritas, some beautiful dishes. We're here with Tom and Jareen, who are the owners. So I'm just gonna dive right in. Tell me about this dish.
Katie Griggs Communis was the owner, started her little chili joint in 1939. We look at her as an inventress of sorts, and this was her invented dish. It's the tostadas compuestas.
Okay.
It's one of our most featured plates, and it is red chili con carne with some beans and a great corn tortilla cut. Awesome, the chili's from the valley, Hatch Valley, and it is local.
That is fantastic. And I saw the lady in the kitchen dropping the tortilla and making it. Oh my God.
And the good news about our red chili is it's made the old-fashioned way. It's made from the dried chili pods. We still make it the old-fashioned way, and it's a tradition we have here at La Posta since 1939.
This is absolutely fantastic. It's very nice and moist. That tortilla is absolutely beautiful. Then you have the freshness of that lettuce, and I love cheese. I love cheese. I mean, no cheese? No, not for me. I need all the cheese. This is really, really good. And it is an invention because I've never seen this dish before. And I love how you said she was an inventress. That's awesome.
We like to think that Katie was a pretty much Renaissance woman. She started this little chili joint in 1939, tender age of 25 years old.
Wow.
She was deeded the restaurant $1 love and affection. What a deal. What a deal. We didn't get that deal.
We didn't get the same
We
deal
didn't
in
get that deal.
1996.
That is phenomenal. And I had the margarita flight earlier. So fresh, colorful, amazing. And one thing that I wanted to touch on was the barrels. So you have your own, you get to pick and choose your own patron and your own herradura. How did you come about doing that?
Probably about maybe 15 years ago. We probably are one of the largest users of Patron tequila in the Southwest. We love all things tequila, and Patron just happened to be one of the best tequilas that we were using way back when.
Okay.
They started their barrel program. We were one of the first in the state of New Mexico, and so our first barrel was a Patron Añejo tequila barrel. Añejo is the aged Añejo barrel, and so since then we are now on our 13th barrel.
Wow.
We have done Patron Añejo barrels. We also do Herradura, Reposado, and we've also done Casa Noble, which is an organic, and it was the one that Santana used to represent.
Okay.
So, kind of fun. We love our tequila.
That is very fun. Tom, would you mind passing me the second dish?
Absolutely.
All right, so what do we have here?
You have our famous red enchilada pancake style with a fried egg on top over easy.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this. This is my first week in New Mexico. I've never been here before.
You know, it's kind of a southern New Mexico tradition. We love our enchiladas and with a little onion, a little cheese.
Oh, that's so good.
What you have there is 2 layers. We call it pancake style.
Okay.
We fry that tortilla. We don't fry it so much that it gets hard and hard to cut. Just enough that it's easy to cut through. But the flavor combination and profile of the red chili, the cheese, and the egg is just hard to beat. Put some onions on it.
Game over.
It's killer, yeah.
And then at the end, just a pillow, so you can pass it, right?
You got it.
This is really, really good. I've never had anything like this before.
Yeah.
And I saw in the kitchen the sauce, the red sauce, that's the red chili sauce. It's got that beautiful, bright flavor. It smelled amazing.
It does.
And I love the fact that you put the eggs nice over easy, so you get to break it up over oh my God, this is so good. So
you know, and what makes our foods unique, more so in the southern part of the state state than elsewhere. We rely on the taste of the green and the red chili. We don't try to overwhelm it with other ingredients. You know, I think the pureness in our food and our flavor is the green and the red chili. Sometimes it's a little hotter, sometimes it's colder. That's just the nature of the food we deal with, and it's really the beauty of the food we deal with.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
So the number one thing about our area that we live in is the Mesilla Hatch Valley. And so our chili originates. Hatch chili is known throughout the whole country. You know about the Hatch chili because of our region, the red and the green. And you know, we were farm to table before farm to table was cool, because we have sourced our chili from the same farmers for probably, well, since 1939.
Same fields.
Same fields, and it's always beautiful. It's a really great relationship with the farmers, and it's a great, great chili.
It's kind of hard to describe. It's got this subtle pepper flavor, right? And it's got a little bit of that acidity, but the cheese actually kind of helps.
That's right.
Cut that, right? The tortilla's phenomenal. The egg on top is something I haven't seen. I just have never seen this dish before. This is a phenomenal
You know, Mexican
dish.
food by its very nature is very colorful.
It
it's
is.
so appealing to the eye even before you take a bite.
It's also probably one of our top selling plates historically since we've taken over, and since 1939.
You mentioned 1939. How did you come to own it?
Well, let me kick it off. You jump in here when you want. Jareen mentioned to you earlier her great aunt. She really put this little village of Mesilla on the map in a lot of ways with her little taco joint, which, she started with maybe a couple 100 feet, grew it into this compound now of 17,000 feet. Obviously, Jareen being a family member, she was been going to La Posta since she was a little girl. We met in the 70s, and she brought me here when we were dating, and I fell in love with this version of Mexican food. We had the Maryland version, and we had the New Mexico version.
There's a big difference.
Big difference. And fast forward a couple years, she had an opportunity to come home and acquire this restaurant, this iconic business. And so in 1996, we said, we're still not too old to fail in a couple businesses. Why don't we give this a shot? So we've been doing it ever since. It's been a blast.
It's fantastic. And I'm glad that you mentioned the 17,000 square foot compound.
Yeah, it's big.
And I love also all these different rooms that you have. You have a lava room, it's got this volcanic rock on the walls. There's so many different little treasures that are hidden throughout this restaurant.
They are.
That I bet you still get people that could have come here for a decade and say, oh, that's new. No, you just saw it today, right?
The beauty of this restaurant, I think, also is not only the food that we serve from the ground up, but it's also the architectural quality. This is an 1840s circa building. It is adobe. The walls are 18 inches thick. It is old as dirt, and we just love that we are the blessed stewards of such a fine establishment.
When you walk in, the most curious thing is that you have the fish tanks and then you have the aviary. Tell me about that.
Well, I would think, we understand back in the 1950s and 60s, Katie Griggs loved traveling to South America and Spain. Well, it wasn't unusual to go into a restaurant or downtown area in a big city in South America and see tropical birds flying around, iguanas on the trees and whatever. She brought back that theme to her restaurant and allowed for tropical birds at one point in time to just perch in areas of the lobby. She also liked the thought of having tropical fish, so she introduced piranhas to our fish tank.
Piranhas.
I can't say I've ever seen that in a restaurant.
Over time, she was required or forced to put the birds in an aviary, as you might expect, health reasons, safety reasons, whatever. But I will tell you that it's probably the single biggest attraction to the young kids and our young customers when they come to La Posta. They've got to go talk to Sugar, they got to talk to Picasso.
From what I understand too, you have your own chili sauce company, is that right?
Yes, we do.
La Posta Chili Co. We've served our salsa the same way for 80 plus years. Wow. So right about when COVID hit, we decided it's time. 80 years plus, it's time. And so we started developing our line of La Posta Chili Company salsas. And the first group is our true table salsa that we serve at every meal. And then we've also branched out with some of the, what I would consider staples in a New Mexican kitchen. Our green chili, our red chili sauce that's right here on your plate. We have a lot of those, what I would consider pantry items. And then we've branched out into some little bit more of the gourmet. One of my favorite is our cranberry salsa that was great during the holidays. So they're all a lot of flavorful, and they're more flavor with a little bit of heat, but a lot of chili. So we're pretty excited to launch and to continue to serve, get that out into the community and out into the greater part of the country.
Where can people find you online?
They can find us online at www.lapostachilico.com. We also are in some specialty boutique stores throughout New Mexico, and we have our little chili shop right here.
Okay. And then what about La Posta De Mesilla? How can they find you online?
It's actually laposta-de-mesilla.com.
Okay. I really, really appreciate you inviting me into your home because I feel like this is your home. This place is unbelievable. This was awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your interest. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Enjoyed the time with you.
Okay, everybody, there you have it. La Posta de Mesilla was a unique experience that I've never had before. This has been an amazing week here in New Mexico. The food here is amazing. Those enchiladas and everything that I had. I even had some items off camera, and their margaritas are to die for. So if you want a very unique dining experience, you gotta come on down here to La Posta de Mesilla in Mesilla, New Mexico. And that's it for us on this episode of America's Best Restaurants. We'll see you on the next one.